Good evening. We're back with more Marvel Champions. Continuing with the Doctor Strange Hero Spotlight. This will be the last gameplay video in the Spotlight. It'll be Doctor Strange versus Ebony Maw on Heroic 1 difficulty. A villain that I have not been able to beat on this difficulty with any other hero up to this point. So we'll see how Doctor Strange does here. Continuing to play the Dive Bomb Doctor Strange deck. And we got to discard to find 2 spells. Not a very good hand. Could probably get rid of magical enhancements, magic blast, astral projection. I find actually that most of the time playing this deck I simply throw Wong away to pay for other resources. I don't really struggle to cycle through the invocation deck. And Wong is expensive. So we'll get out Avengers Mansion here. Top card of the invocation deck is Winds of Watum. So that's good. Can draw 3 cards. Continue with the turn. And we'll get out Cloak of Levitation and keep the protective ward in hand. Could have either used the Cloak of Levitation action to thwart for 1 or deal 1 damage. I opted for the thwart. And then 2 damage with Sunfire. So it's easy to get overwhelmed by the spells when playing against Ebony Maw on Heroic 1. So it's really a race type scenario. You gotta down him before he downs you. Even though he doesn't bring a lot of minions or attachments into play, he's still quite threatening. So we got Supergiant here. We're gonna have to block that attack or it would stun Doctor Strange. It's a quick strike attack. So we'll get out a Quinn Carrier. And we use Quinn Carrier and a resource to play Crimson Dance for 7 damage and a stun, though you could make an argument for killing Supergiant there. But I wanted to prevent the Ebony Maw activation so that the spells wouldn't keep ticking down. Once again, we'll block the attack from Supergiant, and then we got 2 encounter cards. Shadow of the Past, we're going to protective ward that. And Gang Up. So that will be an Ebony Maw attack, which means both spells are going to go off. Got to exhaust all upgrades. And deal 2 damage to each character, which can be devastating if you have allies on the board. And we also have damage, so we're down to just 3 HP. Not looking good on this attempt. Get out Sorcerer Supreme, and we'll have to flip to Alter Ego. I'm going to use the Alter Ego action to cycle 7 Rings of Ragador. Vapors of Valtor will be fine with that toughness on Ebony Maw. So he's going to scheme for enough to advance the main scheme, and that means another spell comes into play. Alrighty. And the encounter cards are Caught Off Guard. And we'll get rid of Quinn Carrier, probably the least valuable. And then we got another scheme with Advance. So get within 2 threat of losing, and we're only at 3 HP, so it's not looking good. Going to flip, we're going to use Vapors of Valtor to stun the boss, removing the toughness. Next card up is Images of Icon. Draw a card with Avenger's Mansion. Play I Have Agamotto's. We are getting ramped up. Play Spiritual Meditation. Don't have Honed Technique yet for dive bombs. So get out Thor. And then we'll use Thor's action here. After he attacks, you can spend a resource to resolve that attack against each minion engaged with a player. And then we will play Images of Icon using Doctor Strange's final action to get the Confuse, but really just want to cycle the deck and get to another Winds of Watum mega turn. So we're drawing 6 now thanks to Sorcerer Supreme. And we may have stabilized the board, but it's tenuous. Channeling Trance will remove 1 counter. And we got Landing Craft. So we'll draw a card with Avenger's Mansion. Cycle with Spiritual Meditation. It's going to mean an extra encounter card. Likely get out Honed Technique this round. May look to play Crimson Bands of Sidorak as well. So there's the Honed Technique. And we'll play Nick Fury and draw 3. And then Crimson Bands. It is not an attack, so it doesn't matter that Doctor Strange is stunned. It will matter that he's stunned if we ever want to dive bomb. Next up is Images of Icon. So we'll go ahead and use his action, Doctor Strange's second action, to remove 4 threat. And next turn we can Winds of Watum with a Master of the Mystic Arts and probably end the game if we survive here. And boss is stunned, so his Rebel Storm is not going to go off unless he gets a second attack. He does get a second spell encounter card for his When Revealed effect from stage 3. Can I deal 23 damage? I may need another dive bomb, but I will be drawing or cycling a lot with Master of the Mystic Arts and Winds of Watum. So there's a Reactor Overload. Abjuration. No problem. And then another Reactor Overload. Would be an issue if the game wasn't going to end. Well, it may not end this round. Let's see. So we got Avenger's Mansion. There's a second dive bomb. So we'll remove the stun. And doesn't even look like I need to Winds of Watum, but I'm going to anyway. So there's a dive bomb for 11. And then we can do it again for 11. And an attack. And that will end the game. So didn't look good there at the beginning, but we managed to stabilize and then get the big Winds of Watum turn in time to end the game. We had maybe one more turn after this before threading out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 2 or 3 turns if we got lucky. But at 3 HP, there's a lot that could have gone wrong to end this one. So, but that dive bomb with Hone Technique has huge burst damage potential, and that can end these heroic 1 scenarios before the boss has a chance to do too much damage. So that's going to be the final gameplay video for Doctor Strange in this hero spotlight. He is definitely an S+ tier hero, the best one that we've spotlighted so far, which probably won't surprise anyone. Though I do consider Dive Bomb Doctor Strange to be the best form of Doctor Strange. It did better for me by quite a wide margin over the next closest, which was Leadership. So anyway, thank you for watching.